So there I'm just taking off the tension of every string. First step before cutting them actually. Otherwise it would just pop up, I think. I guess that's what the technician told me. And I'm just wondering if I actually cannot just untie them, all of them. Just turn until the thing is off there and take them away like this. So 2 strings just broke, just the end. They were still right. I guess because I was taking tension up there, the tension balance was changing and then some string had too much tension and broke off. Take them off anyway. So there is actually, here is 1 pin per string, then from here is 2 pin per strings, and then it's always 3 rows of strings. So I started with 1 row, put a bit less pressure, then second row, third row, and then I did a second round putting even less pressure so that the string starts to come down. Also the reason why I'm doing this is because when the strings were tensed, since there is no damper anymore, it's vibrating in sympathy when I'm listening to music or when I'm playing piano, which is not a nice sound to have. So there, all the strings are loose. Still vibrating though. I wonder if I can take everything out like this, which is ask the technician. So normally you would you just turn the pin in the other way so that the string gets unstretched, right? And then you would detach this little thing that's in the pin. You would cut it here or there, and then you can just release, so the string there is like lying down, no tension anymore. Then you just take this away from there out, and then since it's cut here, you take this away and you just have to take this out like this. But I don't have a tool to cut this because this, for example, is cutting, but apparently piano strings is so strong that you need a special cutting tool for this. But what I can do is like turn it carefully and then try to straighten this part and get it out of this hole, which is not that easy, but it's possible. So I cannot probably not do the whole piano like this. I will wait for the cutting tool of my piano technician, but I can do some strings already, and I'm just protecting the soundboard because I'm moving the string a lot, and if there are scratches there, I think it's not so bad because it will have to be cleaned and repainted anyway. Yeah, and then I took 1 pin out, just I was curious to see how it looks. So these pins are also like the holes don't go through the whole pin block like in Steinway, for example, and that's how a pin look. So you can see it's already quite damaged from many tunings in the past, and there is a kind of screw system you can feel here. Yeah, interesting. And the pin is slightly bent actually. So I will just continue doing some bases here. I loosened them all, and then what happened, so when I was putting the tension of the strings, I did first the bases, and then I did 1 row, so that's 1 of the 3 strings, then the second row, actually only a quarter of a turn, the third row, and then I did again the 3 rows, quarter of a turn. But what happened in the treble here, I was losing some strings here, and I guess because there's less tension, the piano was probably moving this way and putting more tension on some string that still had tension, and 2 of them broke because they are rusty, right? And two of them broken this part jumped away. I lost one. No big deal. We'll take them away anyway. So yeah, like the thing is to take all this away. The felt will be replaced too. This is the airgraph, I think is called. This will stay. Maybe we can clean this or something, or let's see, and then have a look at the. I want to have a look at the soundboard and clean it a bit already to see how it's looking. Then to memorize the place of the pins, I will just put this in this, so it's the length of the piano, in case we have to measure them and to remember and to know which thickness was where. I don't know if this is important, but I want to be sure. And for the strings it's the same. I kept the length of the strings since I didn't cut them, and I will just order them like this so that I cannot mix them. So this is the one, the bass, the lowest, and then it's going up like this, and I will just be sure it cannot go off by doing this, and this side it cannot go away. String by string I will put them like this, by piano sections, to be, because the strings have different thickness, so if you need to check this later, we still have them, so just lying down there on the ground. So that's the only way I found to take off a pin. They're actually not so strong, and I'm not so scared to damage them since we put new ones. So this is the last one on top. Also, if this is damaged, since it's really ugly, it has to be cleaned. We don't know if it's wood or metal, but it will be replaced. So what I do is I pull the string here while I'm unbound, like unroll it, so that it gets straightened again until there. And then I take this screw to put this out of the pin, and this time it's not getting that quickly. Like this. And it's out. So there it is. And then I just make it a bit straight to put it out of this hole there. And actually, like this would already work. I just slowly put it out of the hole. I love it. And then it's loose there. And I just put it there and then. And I keep going there. So I just clean it a bit with wet tissues. You can see the difference between there, or maybe you cannot, it's difficult to see. It was like quite dark. Or like here you can see it's like it's getting, yeah, it's actually okay for the moment because I already cleaned it. It's getting quite dark. Let's go, for example, here. Yeah, you can see it. Just taking actually the layers of dust there too, like you could see so much dust piled up. And this too actually, look at this and there. I guess we can do a bit more, and this will have to be taken away. I'm sure by the way also you can clean this stuff here, you can make them shiny again, and this place too. Well, yeah, will have to be everything done new, but it looks better already like this. And I'm wondering if these are cracks or scratches that became cracks, no idea, or cracks that became scratches. These seem like you can go in there. It seems like the scratch became a crack or something. I don't know. You have to see this when it's dry and closer with light. So I'm actually taking every string out now. I started to clean this. Now we'll try this one, and I thought I would need a special tool to cut the strings, but I realized by just pulling them like this I can unroll them. Most of them goes quite smoothly, and then the end is just the little part of the string who is in the pin. Actually, since the pins are a bit rusty and it's bending back, it's just breaking. Now it's jumped away, mostly it's just staying there. And then all what I have is still have this part, which I need, mostly it's straight, but sometimes I need to put it a bit straighter, like here. So that just goes more easily out of this little hole here, which is called an agraph, I think. Just need to follow the direction. Oh, and there is a string. The string just came back. So there too, normally the string stays attached there, and I have to detach it there. And you can see actually the string is taking back his form, his head, coming, because they come in a roll mostly. And then I attach it there, and then I just have to unscrew the pins. And strangely enough, these pins, compared to the base pins, they just screw out. Some are a bit loose, I can just pull them with this tool here. But this one has to screw out. And then I just put them here to remember the order if I have to measure them, and writing down some stuff to memorize how easy they went out or what did I have special for if we need later. Just realizing one thing is, the more I go, the easier it gets, because the thinner the strings get, and actually it's very difficult to manipulate these strings because they're very thick and very strong, and there they get thinner, so I can bend them more easily and get them out of the hole more easily. So I'm finishing taking the treble strings out. That are really thinner, so more flexible, so more easy to handle. And I found actually an easy way is to unturn it, so like I'm pulling on it, to unturn it straight here, and then pulling the rest. Mostly it's coming out. Sometimes it's a bit, when it's like this one, like has corners, it's a bit tricky, and it might scratch a bit the underside of this, but since we will take this off, we can polish this underside again. I will have to make it shiny anyway, and so there is no problem with this. So I got this tool from my piano technician. This is to cut the strings. It's a very strong, how you call it in English, very strong tool. Well, because I tried to have a traditional one and the strings are so strong I couldn't cut it. So it's made for this. And I bought some alcohol, pure alcohol, to clean the soundboard, to have actually the lac that's on it diluted slightly and to clean it. And yeah, I bought some plastic gloves to protect my hands because I always get dirty hands, and I'm cleaning them like 10 times a day, and this destroys my skin, so it's good to have some protection. Also, it protects it a bit when I take the strings. And then I got some paper tissues to use the alcohol. Then I got this tool, actually, is to take the agraph, these things that are keeping the strings down here. Unfortunately, this one is too small, doesn't fit. I took one off already, so I could do it on the side, but then I'm a bit, this material is very soft, so I'm a bit making a dent into it. So actually I will just take this with some protection with a tissue or cloth, and then turn them like this, because I want to clean this one too, so that they look again very new. And there's a bunch of this. Then I need also to screw off this metal plate here. Oh, that's like one part. Okay, so I need to find out how I take this off, and there is a special screw here, I think, or here. And I have to find out where you find this tool to screw this off. And by the way, I want to say, like, I'm showing how I'm doing this, but I'm busy with piano since a young age. My uncle was doing this. I was following a professional in Bordeaux when I lived there, which I was looking how he was doing a lot of stuff. I'm interested in piano since I'm a kid, and I'm myself a pianist, so I know pianos. I'm building stuff and doing stuff with my hands also since I'm a kid. I'm quite good with this, so that's the reason why I'm doing a lot of stuff here. But actually I'm always asking professionals how and if I can do stuff. I'm always careful, so I don't recommend anyone to try this on his own, because you'll probably just destroy the pianos, because many stuff you don't expect and many stuff react on a way you don't expect they would react. So you could destroy a piano if you just don't ask to professionals how to do it, right? So don't do it yourself, leave professionals doing this. And if you do, if you're good with this, still keep contact with professionals and ask advice on any step, which I'm doing. I was today meeting my piano technicians and asking him how to do the next steps, and he told me this you can do, this you cannot do, this I will do, it's better, and then this you can do, that's easy. So we are talking and always checking out stuff like this, right? So there I'm just packing the hammers, so I'm taking, it's 21 actually. I will lay them like this. I will scotch them together with something that you can take easily off. I will protect them with a lot of paper so that this stuff here doesn't get destroyed. That's what he told me. He said make pictures so it looks like this. I double checked with the piano technician. He told me that's how you do it. Then I will put this in this box here with a layer of protection under and above, and then I will send this to the guy who will just refurnish the hammers. So take them out one by one. There is always a screw and a little rondelle here, a little flat thing. It's actually a good occasion to see how the wood is looking underneath. There is a bit dirt everywhere. And you can have a good look at this too, actually, at the other parts. I think everything would need a good clean anyway. So all the hammers are numbered, they have a number here. There's no way to confuse them. I'm keeping the screw in the original hole to not make a new hole when I screw them back. And actually, since I'm a visual person and I like beautiful stuff, I will for sure polish the screw heads so they look nice again, and polish the wood here so the wood looks a bit like in the beginning whiter. And I will do the same with the hammers. I will probably clean, well, this side looks still great, this side looks really bad. I will probably polish it slightly so that it gets back to the original color. And same with this, I'm sure we can have this look a bit better with a brush. You can see here they adjusted the height, left side or right side of the hammer with some little paper stripes like they always do. So I just finished taking all the hammers off, put them then together, and then I will put them on each other, glue them together so they don't move, and then pack it. There I took this part away from up there and just realized that this and this is connected. Actually, you have to take the whole thing away. And anyway, I have to send it to the piano shop so that they take all loads that are a bit oxidated out, replace them, and eventually I thought about controlling every axis, see if they are lubricated and working, lubricated and working correctly, and actually also replacing these little, or no, this I should do myself. Yeah, so there it is, another step. So to continue the story, I was diluting the varnish with some alcohol and most of the scratches went away. These are a bit deeper scratches in the varnish. There seems to be some cracks, but they're probably not so deep, so they don't affect the sound of the soundboard. And then I found some new issues, is this thing here. So apparently, this came out of this. I actually, by turning this, I broke this part here, and we can put a new one later. So you can see there that there were like some marks, like it would be a screw, and someone actually polished it, so the screw marks always went away. So I'm not sure. I will try to find it back here, but I was already busy on one here, and I found out I could not find any mark here of screw. So I don't know, like it's very strange. And there too, like I will have to find out where are the screw or how to take this out. This will not be so easy. The other screws are quite easy to take off. Looks fine. There are some big screws there too that I took out. This was easy. I have another problem, is there are some screws that I really struggle to take away. So I put some of this to try to make them a bit easy to take away, and I will try again. I will probably have to buy a real good screwdriver. This one is quite tight too, and maybe I will need a bigger screwdriver. And then I just started to, so someone also filled the screws like this. So I was hitting a bit the screw with this and a hammer, and I managed to unscrew this one. So this is good news. And then this stuff here, I found a tool online that maybe will work. Like this one is a bigger one, and then smaller one here. And I'm just wondering how I will have to unscrew this one here, because this is under it. So yeah, still some challenges to find, because no one can tell me how to do this. And my technician don't have experience with this kind of piano, so this is stuff we have to find out, but I'm sure we will. So there you can see how I'm trying to get the screw back by taking these stupid layers away here. And then I have to make this still free here. But this seemed to be free. Now let's see if I can. Let's see if I have a good grip. No, it's not. No, maybe I can. Let's see if I have a better grip now. Ah, to turn like this here. Right. Yes. Okay, so that's one I got. Yeah, should you also try not to break this. Great, so that's one we get. Maybe we'll have to replace it again. See how clean this is. Maybe this in here clean. Yeah, so I have still a lot of work to do. So for the moment I'm waiting on tools to be able to continue with the piano. I will just show you in some minutes. And meanwhile I am actually packing the hammers, as you can see. I put them together with something that's easy to take off, and I protect them with carton like this. And then the next one I will turn like I saw in the picture, like this. This would be just protecting this hammer, and then the last one I can put on top like this and that's too long, I can cut off. And that's the backing for the hammers, so it's protected from the side, it's protected from here. I will put some paper on top. Actually, I can also put this kind of stuff here. I will put a lot of this like foam paper, and then having a big carton and putting paper on the bottom, put this in the middle and putting paper on top of it, so that it's really protected from anything. And actually I even think I will put something here to protect the hammers here, because I'm scared that these ones are not protected. Or I could turn it eventually, actually this would be an option too. But I turn this just... a better option is to turn them here. It's not so strong. So maybe that's still the best option. I'm a bit surprised that that's what he suggested. Well, I'm just doing like he showed me on the picture. And I will do the same with the dampers. And these I will send to Music Hook in Zurich. Yeah. So the piano, for the moment I'm a bit stuck, so I managed to have all the screws loose. This one too, I made them all free. So I always broke this kind of ceiling and then unscrewed it a bit until here. This one I took off too. This one I managed to have. The last one I still don't manage to have is this one, and it's breaking instead of turning. I will still try to find out how to take this off, but the rest is done. I bought some special keys, tools to get unscrew this, so I hope this will work. And then I'm stuck with actually these ones here. So these ones are totally stuck, they don't move. And as you can see here, it's starting to break instead of turning. I tried different methods. The next method, if we have a kind of screw where you hammer on top of it and then it makes a small turn. And then if this doesn't work, if this breaks off, I would just have to make a hole, and then with a special extractor tool, go inside the hole and turn this and hope that this will work. And actually the other option I have there, if this one doesn't come out, I still can cut it here and make a new one later. Yeah, I guess that's how it is with all pianos. I don't have so much experience, but... And then I asked the specialist in France, he told me, because there is a screw here that's underneath this, and he told me there is one there too, and here probably too. So I have to take off this thing here. It's glued, so probably with alcohol I will get it unglued, and this whole part should come off, and that would have to be put back. And anyway, it moved a bit down with time, so it's maybe not bad to take it off and put it again on a good level. I took this out for the moment, and then this is like one piece and seems to be that thick and glued again there, and that's actually the pin block. So that's here's my finger. That's a pin block that's glued here, so this part should come off. And then I would probably have access to the screws here under, and I hope then I can take the bars off here, these three and this whole thing, and then I have access to the soundboard and I can clean it and make it look nice again. Next steps, but now I'm just waiting on the tools, because also to go underneath this I don't have any wood tools, so I bought some to work on this. To be continued then.